Hey, Wolf Clan. It's your girl, African Wolf, here to bring you messages from Spirit. Awoo! Okay, guys, I have so many exciting things to say. So much so, it's bubbling over. It's bubbling over. And I just had to I had to post early because I just have so much stuff to say. Okay, let's get to it, right? Look at the thumbnail. Look at the thumbnail. Okay, so what you're seeing is a post by BBC, and it reads, "Giant hole bigger than 60 Earths appears in sun's atmosphere." Now look underneath it. Okay, so I have a few YouTube channels, and obviously I'm subscribed to this channel. I'm my own biggest fan right now, okay? But you've got to start. Don't despise the days of small beginning. You've got to be your own biggest fan. I'm always going to big up myself, rep for myself. But yeah, so I'm subscribed to my own YouTube channel. So when I refreshed my feed, this came up, the BBC post, and then the video I did about Horus came underneath. Wow. And look, right, the hole in the sun, right? I saw comments underneath the post say, "Oh, the Eye of Saruman." Obviously, if you're a Lord of the Ring fan, you will know that's based on what? The Eye of Horus, right? Horus has spoken to me twice this week, and they found a giant hole in the sun. Now, guys, what else do I need to say? I know that some of you cynicals are going to be like, "Oh, it's just coincidence." You people who are just, "Oh, it's just coincidence," people, and just piss off, quite frankly, because the fact that you were even born is a miracle. That's a whole scientific miracle, the fact that you're born, okay? So I don't want to hear from you, okay? Nothing is a coincidence. Horus is here, guys. The messages that he's given us is real, okay? And he wanted to back it up with that. I ain't no fraud. I'm the realest. I'm too trill, okay? Everything that I'm saying is from higher powers. I don't make anything up. I'm 100% trill. Okay. So I just love my spiritual team. I love my spiritual gang because they always back. You see how every time I hear a word that I've never heard before, you see how I always make sure I read the definitions of everything. I make sure that if it's a phrase, even if it's a phrase that I've heard before, I make sure I read it again. I'm like, wow, the other day I didn't even know that sitting duck meant what it meant, right? So I'm trying my best to make sure I back everything that I say with evidence, okay? I'm not just about just living in la la land. No, there has to be evidence backed up. Okay, so my spiritual team, we're killing it. Okay, and this reminds me of that time. Okay, so let me explain to you why I always say, how I always say the Most High, the Most Highness, and God and Goddess. Why do you think I say that? Okay, it's about a year ago that I started figuring out that there isn't just a masculine God, that there is also a feminine God as well, right? Goddess. And I started reading the Psalms, and I would start saying some of the Psalms with him, and then other Psalms I will say as she or Lordess or Goddess, right? And there was something in me that activated, and I was like, I feel really right about this. I feel like that it isn't just God, but there is a goddess as well, right? And then obviously there are archons that were made underneath them, designated to different things. So there are technically lots of different goddesses, but I'm talking about the main ones, the overseers, if you know what I mean. I know some of you won't agree with this because you believe in monotheism, which is fine, but I feel like monotheism has hurt the planet a lot because people believe that all this money should just go to one person, all this energy should go to that one organization. Everyone believes that everything should just go to one person, one organization, one group of people. That's what monotheism has done to this planet. I know that it's a weird thing for me to say because obviously I am 100%. I love my Jewish brothers and sisters. I love my Christian brothers and sisters. I love my Muslim brothers and sisters. And I know that they're about monotheism. So I don't want you to think that I'm here to come against any religion. You do you. You believe what you believe. And this is what I believe because This is what I've seen. These are visions of what I've seen. So let's carry on. So I was like, I feel like there is a goddess as well, right? That week that I did that for 1 week, right? I would read the Psalms. Sometimes I would refer to God as he. Sometimes I refer to God as she. I'm walking down the street and all of a sudden these two ladies stopped me. And usually I hate it when people stop me in the street, but I was like, okay, let me just give them a chance. So there were these two Korean ladies and they were like, hi, like we're from Korea and we just wanted to ask you a few questions if you don't mind. So I was like, yeah, sure. So they brought out their phone and they were like, can you read this? And they brought out a Bible scripture, Genesis 1:26-28, which was what, if you're a Christian, you'll know, let us make man in our image. They asked me, what does he mean by us? I said, I don't know. They said, when the Bible says, let us make man in our image, God was there with his female counterpart. Okay, some people say it was Jesus there, but they explained to me it doesn't make sense because they made us in their image. So if it was Jesus, then they would have made two men. So if they made us in their image, then there must have been what? A man and a woman there, a masculine and a feminine to create a masculine and a feminine. And when they said this to me, and I'm so sorry, I can't remember the name of the church, but there is a whole church that is on this analogy, on this theology, and they worship, this is a Christian division that worships God and goddess now. But I was so overwhelmed with joy because it really felt like the goddess was just like winking at me like, bitch, I see you, you're right. And she's ready for people to start acknowledging her. And I'm so thankful because this world needs, they need to acknowledge the female, the divine feminine, right? Because the reason why there's so much anger and hatred between men and women is because people keep leaving out the goddess. And I'm telling you, once people start worshiping the goddess as well as God, the relationship between men and women is going to improve. We're going to start understanding each other more. We're going to start loving each other more. But obviously Christianity, and I'm really sorry to all the Christians who watch my channel. I just want to say that I don't want to feel like I'm coming across like I'm disrespecting your religion or like I'm picking you and stuff. But it is pretty much the biggest religion in the world, and a lot of us were brought up that way, had a lot of this ideology. I don't want to say forced upon us, but it was kind of like shoved down our throats a little bit. So like I have to talk about it, right? So yeah, anyway, they took elements obviously from Gnosticism. Obviously Christianity is a spin-off of Gnosticism. They took some elements from the Egyptian Book of the Dead. Not Christianity, actually, I'm talking about Judaism, right? Because I'm talking about the Old Testament. Anyway, so they left out, instead of having mother, father, and son, they turned the mother into ghost, right? And yeah, they've been making women ghosts ever since. You know, they want women to be seen and not heard. Just go to the kitchen, shut up. What are you talking about? Why do you need to have dreams? Just stay in all day and cook. Like, you know, and then you've got femicide rates, domestic violence rates. And there is this whole thing about just like turning women into ghosts, because that is what essentially these religions did. They turned the divine feminine, who is meant to be worshipped as a goddess, next to God, and turned her into a ghost. So yeah, guys, that was another great confirmation that I got. Once again, my spiritual gang was giving me evidence. And it's really important that you always live your life trying to find the evidence behind things. Don't just blindly follow or blindly listen to what you're told. Try and make sure that it's like, okay, I believe in this. Let me see if there's something that can back this up. That's how you should live. So, yeah, anyway. Another great post that I saw today. Shout out to the BBC for giving 2 great posts in one day. This post is about colossal sea monster unearthed from UK cliffs. And it looked like, if you look at the comments underneath that post, Everyone's like, that looks like a dragon. That looks like a dragon. That looks like a dragon. What have I been talking about? The demiurge, right? The demiurge who created this planet. It was a dragon who created this planet, guys. Now, I'm going to explain everything to you because you're going to be like, you were just talking about a man and a woman and making us, what is you talking about, ho? All right, let me explain to you, okay? The demiurge created this planet. Okay, look at the sun. The sun is literally like a fireball, right? Dragon. Fireball, duh. But okay, so the demiurge created the planet, and then the demiurge created the archons, and the archons created us. Okay, so the God of the Bible is not even the highest. Let me be careful because people's gonna be mad at me. Let me just, I'm gonna be in trouble. But hey, I'm a truth seeker. As I said, I'm not trying to offend anybody's religion. I just want to let you know that I have so much respect for the God of the Bible as I respect all gods, you know what I mean? And I'm sorry, I'm really sorry, but I'm here to tell the truth. Like, I'm here to tell the truth. Look into Gnosticism. That's all I have to say. They killed all the Gnostics in whatever century. I'm sorry, I need to like remember all the research I learned, but they killed them all off because they didn't like their philosophy because it was too close to the truth, and they didn't want that. They wanted to just be like, nope, this one God created, which was just a man. They just left out the woman. This is just the one God created this and that. Like, keep it short and sweet, blah blah blah. They cut out loads of books. They cut off the Gospel of Mary Magdalene. They cut out the Gospel of John, of Judas. I was even reading the Lost Book of Adam and Eve the other day. Did you know that Adam and Eve committed suicide? Of course you didn't know, because they cut that out as well. Yeah, Adam and Eve committed suicide. But yeah, isn't it funny how the church says that if you commit suicide, you go to hell? But guess what? When Adam and Eve committed suicide, God had mercy on them and brought them back to life. So people who commit suicide don't actually go to hell. They get to reincarnate again. If they were just like genuine souls who just couldn't take life. You know what I mean? There's just so much that has been modified and omitted and put in and changed. And please try and find the truth for yourself, okay? Yeah, it's really exciting. I just love these revelations, you know? And yeah, power to the dragon, power to the people, like power to the truth, guys, power to the truth. Okay. So I had some really interesting visions. This is why I'm doing this early as well, is because my spiritual team just gave me a bunch of visions. I didn't even ask them. They just gave it to me. And it's very specific, once again. Okay, so the first thing I heard was Claire the Croutons. Claire the Croutons. Somebody's called Claire. Okay, this is a message for someone called Claire. Something about croutons. I was like, croutons? What is that? So I checked it up, and this could be either one of two things, right? Either it could have been croutons, which is a recruitment company. So this person called Claire, maybe you work in a recruitment company, or you work for a company, something about croutons, or it could have been crotons. Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't actually get this. It's not every time I hear my visions like super perfectly. This time I'm not actually 100% sure. It was either croutons or crotons. And crotons are like shrub trees, herbs, and people can use croton oil for medicine. So something about that means something to someone. Okay, I have no idea what this means. But then when I Googled the meaning of crotons, I also saw the people also ask section. For some reason, I just looked at it. And the question is, what is the spiritual meaning of the croton? Well, the answer is croton's symbolic meaning is becoming better by learning and training. That comes from the mythical wrestler Milo of Croton, who effortlessly carries a large ox up a mountain every day. Does anyone know who Milo of Croton is? I don't know. It always amazes me when I have these audio visuals, when I see these things, I really learn so much. And it just shows you that wisdom and knowledge really does come from the highest of the high, you know? Anyway, so someone's called Claire. Either you work for a cruton company, you take crouton oil, or you are a spiritual crouton. You're becoming better. But I don't know if that applies, because the next thing I heard was the level of narcissism is unreal. Okay. And then I saw a vision of someone was writing, okay, and the word that they wrote, or the name that they wrote, was Matt. Okay. So Claire, the crouton, either you are a narcissist or you are with a guy called Matt who's a narcissist, and his narcissism is unreal. And I heard you're just using each other. They're just using each other, okay? Claire, Matt, stop using each other. Claire, Matt, if you work for a recruitment company, I don't know, okay? I don't know why I got this message, but it's going to mean something to someone one day, okay? Then I saw a green light, and then I saw like a vampire like sucking. So, bloody hell, I don't know. Does Matt own the company? Is Claire a CEO, a boss, or a company? Someone's sucking the life out of the company, or you're using each other for... It sounds like it's not ending up... It's not going to end up well. Because the next thing I heard was Nicki says it's going bad. But Nicki, like, I don't know why, but I just had a feeling it has something to do with Nicki Minaj's album. She just released an album, and I don't know why, but when I heard Nicki says it's going bad, I just all of a sudden in my spirit I was like, Nicki Minaj's album. So I'm gonna listen to Nicki Minaj's album. Obviously I have to. Like, Queen was one of my favorite all-time albums. I used to be a cleaner listening to Hard by Work Hard Just to Get Half Back. Like, that was my song. So yeah, I will definitely have a listen to her album and see if this is anything to do with Claire and Matt, the croutons. Okay, I really hope that message has helped someone. I'm really sorry. I have no idea what that even means, but I'm sure one day it will make sense. These are timeless messages. So yeah, I'm sure 5-10 years, who knows? Okay, day 5 countdown affirmation is: doors fly open, gates are lifted, and I now enter the kingdom of fulfillment under grace. I love this affirmation. I will definitely be meditating on this the whole day. It's a beautiful affirmation. Doors fly open, gates are lifted, and I enter the kingdom of fulfillment under grace. Praise God and Goddess. I hope you've enjoyed this reading. I love just giving you all the knowledge that I've gained so far on this spiritual journey of finding myself. And I hope that I help you on your spiritual journey as well. And yeah, please do comment, like, subscribe if you resonate with this reading, or you can book with me as well. Love you so much, guys. I hope that, as I said, I'm just here to help. I'm not here to offend anyone. I'm not here to try and take you off the path of Judaism or Christianity or Islam or whatever. I'm just here to tell you my truth of what I have and what's helped for me and what's helped me out of, you know, constant feelings of anxiety, suicidal depression. I can honestly say that I'm happy now, even though I have less now than I used to at one point in my life. I can genuinely say I wake up happy because I know the truth. So I just really hope I can be of help to you. If you are offended and you're angry with me, that's fine. I completely understand that also. And I just wish you just so much love and peace. And yeah, that's it. I am African Wolf, and speak to you tomorrow.